Hello cyclists, today I brought you something very special, a bad black boy from Belgium, the COWBOY bike. This bike looks like a regular single-speed bike, but it is an e-bike. It has a motor in the rear hub. It is a 250 watts-hour motor, so you can ride the allowed 25 kilometers. We don't know exactly what kind of motor it is. COWBOY says it is an own production, and they did something very smart, because they offer only one level of assistance, but this level is definitely enough, because there is an algorithm in the motor, and this decides how much assistance you need. And how does that work? There are two sensors in the motor, and they measure constantly how hard you push the pedal, and this information decides whether you need more power or not. So when you're riding up the hill, they see he or she's pushing the pedal much harder, and therefore you get more assistance. And that makes the way of riding this bike very interesting and very comfortable. The battery is the latest generation of lithium-ion cells. So that means the life expectancy of your battery is much longer, and the density and therefore the size is much smaller, and therefore you have a lighter battery. When you fully charge the battery, it takes 3.5 hours, and you will have a range of approximately 70 kilometers, which is not super much, but definitely enough when you live in urban surroundings. Other specifications. It has a little display here in this tube, so you can see how the battery is charged. You need very good brakes when you do have an e-bike. COWBOY decided to use Tektro hydraulic disc brakes. They are working very well, and they're definitely enough for this bike. Also Tektro brake levers. You do have a belt drive. As you know, a belt drive lasts up to 3 times longer than a regular chain, and you don't have to worry that your trousers will get dirty. They use platform pedals. I don't like the design too much, but they are not slippery, and they fit into the design of the bike. And as you can see, they choose everything in pitch black, so this is definitely an eye-catcher. The frame is an aluminium frame, also the fork, and the bike weighs up to 16.3 kilograms. They only have one size, so when you're 170 centimeters up to 195 centimeters, this bike would fit you perfectly. And now we're going to have some fun and take this little one here for a test ride. Well, riding this bike is really so much fun. The motor is exceptional. It gives you such a nice feeling to ride. It feels very powerful, very sportive. They did choose very sportive grips and a very sportive saddle. It's an own production. What I highly appreciate is that it's so slick, so there is no fuss, no fuss. It's also because the lights are integrated into the frame. The front light, I'm not a big fan of integrated lights in the frame, because when you turn right or left you cannot see what's going on the street, but in urban surroundings you maybe do not need it. The backlight is in the battery, and it has something special. When you brake, then it starts to illuminate a bit brighter, so definitely your visibility is going to be increased. You also need your telephone. So you have to start the motor by unlocking it, and you can also turn on and off the lights. And it gives you some nice extra features. A navigation system, it collects all the data, and it always has the latest GPS position. So if your bike gets stolen, you see where your bike is. Also, a very interesting setting is the off-road mode. So you can choose in the mode. Of course, it is a little illegal when you're riding on the streets. You can choose the off-road mode, and then the bike will ride up to 30 kilometers. And you have to agree to the different terms then, and of course you would only do that off-road and not on the streets of the EU. The price of this bike is really nice. It costs only 1,990 euros. That is possible because they do not work with bike shops, so you have to order the bike online. Then an ambassador can come to you if you do live in a bigger city, and this ambassador will give you the bike for a test ride and will give you all the information you need. If you ask me, I really like this bike. It's an eye catcher. I like the design. I'm not such a big fan of the platform pedals, but definitely a very good choice. Hey guys, if you liked our video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.